Hey guys, Colin here. Today is the 14th of May 2012, which brings us to the 15th day of our Dungeoneering series from all to end. This is a clip from Saturday. I'm not sure at all what time it's from, but it's when I was Dungeoneering with Gruely and three of his friends. They're fantastic engineers. I'm pretty sure more than half of them are Hex and more than half of them have Primal Two Hands, and they use them very well. As you can see, I'm not hooded in this, so this is definitely not too old. The blood necklace has been fantastic. I finally adjusted to it, and I'm doing well now. The reason I didn't post a video yesterday was because I ran into 3 leeches, actually. The clip's going to come up at the end about how much leeching I actually did yesterday. But I suicided a ton of floors, and I have a couple things to talk about from those experiences. The first is I ran into this one person who is 107 combat, but he had turmoil, and he was like, I was in World 77 picking the team, and he was like, oh, I'm going to flip on Soul Split and Turmoil and do all that bullshit to get you to pick me on my team. So I'm like, alright, whatever, I'll take this guy. His name was Bridge Space Jr. That was his name. So Bridge Space JR. I remember the fucker. He pissed me off pretty bad. What happened was he decided he'd free leech my floor. So he literally sat in home, and then I said, alright guys, this is ridiculous. So we went to kick him, and then he went to lobby so that we couldn't kick him. And then he just stayed for the entire thing, leached the entire floor. We ran into 2 emotes. Fortunately, none of them were critical. So, like, what ended up happening was, whenever I find myself in floors like that, where there's someone just absolutely trolling, my goal is to get to the boss as quick as physically possible, and then just end. Because you know for a fact, if he's like, yeah, I'll help you with the emotes, or whatever, he's not. He's just going to troll you the whole time. You want to get out of there as quickly as you possibly can. So it was only like an 18-minute floor or whatever. But the floors I was selling was I was doing 1 mil occults, or 1.5 mil occults and 1 mil abandons to host Claws and some other people. And they were going pretty well. I said if it hit 30 minutes and I'd refund it, which I did end up having to do twice. Because one time I just got a terrible team and the other time I got a terrible floor. So there was a couple times I had to refund him, but it wasn't a big deal. In total, he got his goal, I got my money. Everyone was happy, and I think that went pretty well. He seemed happy at the end. So let's talk about this occult floor, like what went well and what went wrong. So as you can see, I'm praying properly and I'm maging the warrior. I guess I could have taken off my plate body, but I was tanking at the same time. But we're just making sure that everything's gated. We're just clearing the GD. As you see, there's 5 of us in the GD because it is a one-way right now. But we're just, while we're in here, we're just trying to make sure that everyone knows what's going on. Like everyone has a key. Like a door that's keyed. So everyone, or not the door that's keyed, but a door that's gated, I mean. So you're really asked to MGT to the south, even though we're still doing a GD. And this is something that I'm trying to adapt to as a keyer, is when I'm like, this happened yesterday, I was in a Merc room, and I knew that this was going to be a dead end. Well, not even a dead end, but with Merc rooms, you have to wait for all of the things to tally out, right? So I gated the door inside of the Merc room, and I said, okay, when I say MGT, don't wait, just move it. And the person, of course, waited until the Merc was dead, because that's just customary, I suppose. But I said, I want it to be moved when I say move it. So when the Merc had a little bit of health left, I said MGT. Because then what would have happened is he would have moved the GGS, and then as soon as the Merc was dead, I could have instantly teleported to the next room, and there would have been no delay between, but instead I had to sit there and wait for like 10 seconds. Because he was like, oh, I'm going to move it now, and it was silly. Everyone here, I think the floor was really nice too, because they weren't too bad. I learned Crush the Fire Giants for sure, and I asked if it was worth maging, which it's not. You're better off to just crush it. But you definitely want to be keeping the GGS moving all the time. And everyone did a great job with that. And it's not solely the queue's responsibility to move the GGS, as many people seem to think. It's definitely not. Everyone needs to gate their path so that it can just go smoothly. We got a good chance to test this out when my friend Jacob and my IRL friend David, we trioed a floor with 2 leeches at the same time, which was interesting because, well, David ended up suiciding, but he's only 77 dunge. And Jacob was kind of surf prodding, and he was 97 or 98 dunge. But Jacob was a max caper too, so the problem that we had was that I was trying to key the floor, and all the doors I'd run into I wouldn't be able to open. So I'd be like, instead of saying like GT 95 agility, I just kind of coined the phrase GT Jacob, because he's just going to have to do the door. Like there's no way around it. Right now he's actually he's pretty close to maxing, so hopefully I can vid that. He just has to get 99 engineering, which is he's like almost 98 right now, and I did 98 to 99 in sitting, so I'm pretty sure he'll be maxed within a couple of days. So hopefully I'll be able to keys like his last four or whatever, and then bid it and get it up on YouTube, and maybe even get him to commentate. That'd be cool. I don't know. Actually, Gruely, who's keying this floor, he he used to add me on Skype actually. So my Skype's being weird right now, but as soon as I can get that all figured out, I'm gonna start Skyping while I dunge, because apparently it adds a whole nother element to it, which I pretty much anticipated. Like I know for sure that talking to other people while you dunge instead of just mad typing is going to be more enjoyable. Right now I'm used to just straight typing, and I'm getting quicker at typing. Obviously, like if anybody remembers like 2007, before, well, the GE came out in like January 2008. If anyone remembers RuneScape before 2008, I got fletching 99 before like the string all button came out and you had to spam in the bottom right hand corner. And I remember standing in the Camelot Bank and just, because auto typing would get you muted, and I wasn't gonna be muted, so fuck that. But I'd sit there and spam like buying magic logs, 1k each, buying magic logs, like just overly spam it, and it took forever to buy them. And you got really quick at typing. Like my words per minute were, I don't know what it is actually, I've never tested it, but it's definitely better than it was if I hadn't played skate. So hopefully when I go to university, I can tell myself, yeah, I wasted 190 days playing RuneScape, but my words per minute are great. So this boss is always gonna troll. I've never figured out like an efficient way to do it. I'm pretty sure having half the people hex and half the people use two hands, it works pretty well. It's definitely nicer to have people with hexes than before. When I was dungeoning yesterday, I ran into a person named Shao. I don't know what his actual RSN was, but I just call him Shao. And he got a hex bow at 98 Dungeoneering. He was 87 mage and 90 slayer at the time. So somebody he just happened to be in high level floor, and somebody just found a hex and gave it to him. If I get that kind of luck, I'd be so happy, but I doubt I ever will. I'm still at 91 range. I'm not even working on it. I sold floors all of yesterday. Right now I'm at about 200k off 104 Dungeoneering. So I ended up suiciding like 700k XP or something yesterday. And if you've suicided floors, you know it's like, what, 30, 40, 50k XP an hour? Well, okay, so maybe I didn't do 700k XP. That's a bit of an exaggeration. I'm not sure the exact amount, but 700k XP was gained, and I only keyed maybe 2 floors. Doing is, I think the XP per hour is a little bit higher than 50k. I think I was doing 3 to 4 floors at like 20, 30k XP an hour. But anyways, so this floor was obviously just for time. Like I died. Right now I'm only at one death right now actually. But I think this boss ends up taking a couple from me. The floor is almost done. Right now we're doing a good job at having people continue to path, but then if you're just not helpful in the paths, then you can kill the boss. And since I felt like I wasn't like super contributing to the team, like they were kind of carrying me. I don't know. I know I know I'm not bad in comparison. Like I know I'm a good dunger. Like as a person on an account, I am good at it. But my account's not at the point where I can be efficient yet. I need 99 range. I need a hex bow. It's simple as that, and I need to get a couple other things. Which is why if the dungeoneering videos slow down, it's not because I'm not dungeoneering. It's because either the content's bad, or because I'm working on other skills to get better at dungeoneering. Like there's no other way around it. Like you can only be so good as a person dungeoneering. Like it comes from experience, and I've done a lot of floors. I'm only at 21 mil XP. I know people who are at 200 mil and still suicide. So there's obviously people who are better than me. However, a lot of it has to do with your account. I had a friend ask me the other day if he could start going for rapier at like 1200 total. Like it's not really gonna work. Here's one thing I wish I did a little bit better. I should have trusted that S pen was gated, but I kind of just ran up here and was like, you know what, I'll just wait for it. Actually, it's S shield, my bad. And then of course someone's just going to tell you and open it. Oh, actually, yeah, there it comes. It was already gated. There was no need for me to be there, but I decided to run out and do it anyways. Wow, I'm surprised I only died one time. No, I don't think so. I think I can't see the screen. When I record the commentaries, I'm watching the clip back on Camtasia, so the screen's really small. When I play in full screen. But the screen, yeah, see, I died 5 times. It looked like a 1 on my screen. But 13 minutes and 16 seconds is the fastest Occult I've ever been in, and I thought it had to be uploaded. So here's a clip for the results from yesterday. And before I even get into it, what's going to happen as soon as you start bidding, boom, boom, 2 people who were in the floor get randomed straight out, and host is just sitting there like a retard saying, hey guys. But yeah, I get the easy random event, so it doesn't take that long. And everyone decided to like gear up and put on their chaotics and stuff. I actually bought a CKS right after this, which is a chaotic kite shield. Because I traded the shopkeeper and was like, oh man, I have 210k tokens. I didn't even know. Sometimes like once you get past, I guess once you get the important chaotics, you stop keeping track of your tokens. And I think now I'm just gonna save them up because I don't need anything else. I just use them for repairs, and then at the very end, like at 112 or like right before I get a primal 2-hand, and then probably again at 119, I'm just gonna spend all the tokens on XP because there's really no need in having them. I'm not gonna save it all until 200 mil because that's just not worth it. But like the big milestones left are 113 and 120. So I think at 112, I'm just gonna spend a bunch of them to get the primal 2-hand, and then at 119, I'm just gonna spend whatever's left. So this basically what happened was, he was at 130k tokens, and I suicided him all the way up to 200k tokens, and he finally got his chaotic crossbow. So congrats to host. It was a long day, and I don't really want to do that again, but it was great money and everyone was happy. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully there'll be another video up tomorrow.